Daytona. Everybody ready, set, go. Rev it up and let's roll. There's a party in the fast lane. Got my hands flying. Heartbeat loud as the thunder rolls. Riding in on a stampede of lightning. I'm bringing back the sunshine. Bringing back the sunshine. Baby, it's about time. Oh, bring it back. Oh,
yeah. They called Nashville the Music City. Well, just a hop, skip, and a few country songs away, it is Nashville Superspeedway, home of the Cracker Barrel 400, host of race 17 of 18. Here are 2 races to go in the LIMECAR SimRacing Challenge season number 4. Hello everybody and welcome to what should be a phenomenal race here around this 1.33 mile intermediate oval. It is just me in the booth and we are all set for what should be a phenomenal race. 2 races to go in the season, like I just mentioned, and last week was Talladega. Let's hop right into it. Garrett Lamar was your winner, leading only the last lap, taking home the win for his 3rd win of the season and taking the points lead. 30th to 1st in just 3 laps. Ethan Harrison has won the pole for today. He also won the pole last week, back-to-back poles for the Harriman, Tennessee native, and Robbie Gordoff, after his win at CTMP, has faced 2 straight DNFs, a wreck at Kansas, and a flip last week at Talladega. This has completely shaken up the point standings. We saw a massive shakeup after Kansas last week. Not too much of a big shakeup, but still a little bit of a wide open point spread. Garrett Lamar with 536 points, leading over Desquarius Greenhouse Jr., who did hold the points lead momentarily. Santiago Nicholas, Christopher Marnell, Michael Guthrie, your top 5. Henry Guo, Christian Visconti, and Eris Yuko kind of still in the mix. And then Robbie Gordoff, Tyler Cook, Logan Williams on the outside looking in. We have Greenhouse, Guthrie, Guo, 3 drivers with no wins on the season, but high up in the points that with a win today could be pivotal in the points battle. Let's take a look at our keys to the race. 75 laps make up the first time we have come back to Nashville since season 2. 1.33 mile tri-oval just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. 14 degrees of banking with a banked front straightaway. 2-3 wide racing. We'll see all around. Really, drivers are able to go 3 wide all around the track. Our fuel run is going to look at 25 to 30 laps, 2 expected stops, and not too much of a tire race as we've seen in tracks past, but the right side tires will wear quite a bit. That's our keys to the race. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for the Cracker Barrel 400. Ethan Harrison and Ian McDaniel making up row number 1. Logan Williams, Kyle Mabey in row 2. Row 3 sees Strokey Banger and Eris Yuko. Row number 4 is going to move forwards Santiago Nicholas, Desquarius Greenhouse Jr., 2 championship contenders. Tyler Cook, Alexander Rowe make up row 5. Row number 6, Garrett Lamar and Robbie Gordoff. Row 7 is going to see Henry Guo and Quinton Haley. In row 8, we'll see Christopher Marnell looking for a good showing after 2 rough weeks, and Zachary Ponce. Richard Fridge, Jordan Madrick in row 9. Row 10, Justin Haley and Ryan Barone. Row number 11, as the field rolls off. Michael Guthrie starting a bit further in the back of the field than he would like, and Riley Gorse. Row 12, Reed Simpson, Jerry Chen. Row 13, Ricardo Garcia, and Carson Green. Row 14, Matthew Fastnot and Kaz Gralla to his outside. Row 15, Jeremy Mead on the inside, Aaron Giffen on the outside. Aaron Giffen won at Atlanta in race 2 of season 3. Cam Arrow, Chase Gibbons in row 16. Row 17, we'll see Joe Kraus and Anthony Foss. Nathan Stapleton, Chris Lilly in row 18. Row 19 sees Braden Sigafus and Stephen Colin. Row 20 is going to see Sean McKean and Brayson Collins. Rounding out today's field for our 42 car field, Christian Visconti and Blake Walker. 75 laps make up our feature for this penultimate race of the Season 4 of the LIMECAR SimRacing Challenge. Alexander Rowe won the last time we were here. Ethan Harrison leads them to the green, off and away here in Nashville. Logan Williams looking up the inside. Strokey Banger looking back there with his teammate Justin Toad. The 77 and 17 lead him down into turn number 3. The 77 hanging the rear end out. 84 of Strokey Banger is going to move to the inside here. As we come to the stripe, lap number 1 is going to be led by Harriman, Tennessee native Ethan Harrison for lap 1 of 75 here. Cracker Barrel 400. Here comes the 84 of Strokey Banger. And the 43 of Tyler Cook as well to the inside. Tyler Cook, 0 wins on the year. Ian McDaniel, the winner of the last intermediate race at Kansas. Could a second win try and propel Ian McDaniel into... Oh, big wiggle out of Henry Guo there. Could Ian McDaniel try and propel his way into the championship foray? A lot of championship contenders up front that need 4 days. That spells not too greatly for his points chances. He'll need to outpoint everybody by a wide margin to even have a shot going into next week at Homestead. A little back further into the top 15. Now Reed Simpson in the 4. Got a win at Darlington in the 68 of Jordan Madron, 3 wide back in the back. That's for 26th place, the 99, 52, and the 97. Oh, 4 wide. Hold it steady. That's Alexander Rowe, the last winner at Nashville. 3 wide now. Gordoff splits the middle. 26 of Joe Kraus is able to get through. We have mayhem all throughout the field. 3 and 4 wide almost. Drivers try to get sorted to the bottom lane. The bottom 2 lanes are really... The middle lane is where you want to be through the corners. You kind of diamond the corner here at Nashville, as demonstrated by the 54 of Eris Yuko, the 23 of Christopher Marnell, who are going through the corners. The 23 in the Motorsport Ireland Chevrolet working his way to the front. Yuko stuck on that outside lane, trying to work his way down as Strokey Banger leads around lap 6 of 75. Christian Visconti started basically damn near dead last. He's plus 17 since the race start, already in 24th place. This 80 car is on just barely on the outside of this points table of who's going to still be mathematically in contention for the championship. Not necessarily a cut line of any per se, just really who's physically eligible to compete for this championship. Visconti working his way back to the front. Strokey Banger, Tyler Cook. Cook looking for his first career win in the LIMECAR SimRacing Challenge. Would be his first stock car racing win. Strokey Banger, winner of the Coca-Cola 600 and the duel at Daytona, both times in Season 3. 0 wins to his name. Big squeeze for drivers back in 9th place there, as it's 47, 83, and 6. Banger looking for his first win this season. All wins, to Mudfish Motorsports credit, have gone to Matthew Fastnot and Santiago Nicholas. Guo, 0 wins this season was quite a surprise. Honestly, I would have thought that to see more from Henry Guo, coming towards the later stages, or at least this part of the season, ending the season with 2 out of the last 3 races ending in wins in Season 3. As here's Christopher Marnell passing his teammate for 3rd place, and Tyler Cook passing the 84 for the lead here on lap 9 of 75. Here comes Marnell challenging for that 2nd spot. Marnell has not gotten a win since earlier this season, as he's moved into 2nd place. Marnell hasn't gotten a win since the Coca-Cola 600 won 2 races in a row. Watkins Glen and the 600. He has a handful of top 5 and top 10s to his credit. Was leading the points for quite a long time, but has not had a win since then. Oh, crash on the backstretch. It's a big wreck. Looks like the 26, that's the 60, 62. Chase Gibbons is involved. Jerry Chen just has not had a great season so far. Lots of damage for him. Brayson Collins, big damage there. Man, the 40. And around is Ricardo Garcia and Ryan Barone on the front stretch as well. That's going to bring out the first yellow of the day here on lap 11 of 75. Let's take a look and see what happened. So it looks like Haley squeezes the 32 of Kyle Maybe, which also collects the 26. And it looks like everything happens a little bit further down. It looks like the 62, whilst avoiding, gets caught up with Riley Gorse, and everybody just kind of goes scrambling. It's the 97 of Jeremy Mead getting some damage as well. So here's a look from Brayson Collins, who looked like he got a big chunk of it. Just runs right into the back of the 60 of Gorse, and then gets spun by the 37 of Alexander Rowe, and big damage for the 5. I think that's going to end his day right there. Tough deal for Brayson Collins. Here's another look at it from the 53. Just a big stack up right there. Collects a lot of people. Braden Sigafus, lucky that he did not get much more damage than that. It looks like the 78 kind of checked up and cleared the entire thing. The 14 goes spinning, gets a big chunk of damage. So here's the 97. I thought the 41 was avoiding the 97. So it looks like Ricardo Garcia just runs out of talent and runs into the 46 of Ryan Barone, neither of which have had great seasons thus far. And we'll see the entire field come down pit road. So we're still going to have to pit at least one more time. But this will... I don't know. I think this will either have to pit one more time or maybe even 2. It just depends on how the cautions and fuel strategy really works out. But with a 25 to 30 lap fuel run, this could be intriguing. The 43 takes 4 tires and fuel. Off and away it goes. The rest of the field following suit. Tyler Cook leading the field off of pit road. Brayson Collins, Aaron Giffen, Jeremy Mead, Ryan Barone, and Alexander Rowe have taken their efforts to the garage. A little look at our front-running drivers in the point standings. We have Tyler Cook leading from Lamar, Strokey Banger, Michael Guthrie, and Christopher Marnell. The 13 is in second. The 52, Disgrace Greenhouse Jr., currently 19th. The 83, Santiago Nicholas, is in 7th. Henry Guo in 15th. Christian Visconti all the way up to 14th, and Eris Yuko in 13th as we're back racing. Green flag is out, lap 15 of 75 here at Nashville Speedway. 3 wide already as the field roars down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Strokey Banger. Back to the lead goes the 84, taking it away from Tyler Cook. But here comes Michael Guthrie. He's challenging for the lead. Michael Guthrie has not won since Season 3. He is taking to the lead here at Nashville Superspeedway. The 51 has charged to the front. That's the 4 of Reed Simpson. He's going underneath the 43. The 43 really sliding on this restart here. He's going to fall back quite a few positions. I think once you get nudged out of that top groove as a leader, you really get freight trained as here comes Garrett Lamar, who just won last week. He's looking for his 4th win to extend his points lead. He is trying to say, this championship is all mine. You're going to have to beat me to come and get it. I think this is a great showcase of Lamar and the talent of CRT and where they can show themselves of who's going to be who they're going to be, who you have to try and beat to win this championship. Last year you had to beat Christopher Marnell straight up. This year the same thing, you had to beat Marnell straight up. The only person who's been able to consistently do it has been Garrett Lamar. A shock to nobody if you are inside the know. The 13 out front, Reed Simpson just behind him. The concrete, hard to handle tracks. Reed Simpson has been up front. Here's Robbie Gordoff, the first career win at CTM. He's looking for his 2nd, sitting in 3rd place right now. Ian McDaniel right behind him, just broke a 35 race winless streak, looking for 2 wins at the last 3 races. And don't look now, here comes Eris Yuko. He's had 2 wins on the year, looking for his 3rd. Jordan Madrick working his way through the front, moving the 83 out of the way. That's going to help Henry Guo, the 83. Entering today's race, sat within the top 5 in point standings. Jordan Madrick inside the top 15 in points. 0 wins on the year, but he's had quite the good run for the sophomore driver, looking to add to his wins for next season. Logan Williams, 0 wins on his campaign this season, as does Henry Guo. 17 really was thought to be a championship contender here this year, but just has not been where DAF Racing has wanted them to be this season. As here comes Ian McDaniel to the front. Ian McDaniel gets by the 13 with ease. Those Fords are coming with a head of steam. Don't look now, but McDaniel's got company. That's the 54 of Yuko who gets by of Garrett Lamar as well. And Christopher Marnell right there in tow is going to play nice with the driver that he employs and operates in the number 13 subway machine. But here comes Marnell to the front, but it's Ian McDaniel out front so far from Yuko, Marnell, Lamar, and Strokey Banger, who's still hanging outside in this top 5. This 84 car, I think they gave the setup to the Moss Man this weekend because he is looking to try and come to the front. Here comes Yuko, though. He wants a piece of this action. Eris Yuko to the front here on lap 23.75. Closing the door on Ian McDaniel, and off to the races we go. The 54 is out in front. Last time we were here, we saw a beatdown from the 37 of Alexander Rowe. This time it seems like we've got a plethora of drivers up front, but we're only just 1/3 of the way through this race here at Nashville Superspeedway. We'll take a look at Christian Visconti. All the way driven up to 16th so far. Has kind of stalled out his crew chief, telling him that he's got plenty of time. It looked like they kind of just had to jump on the setup. They didn't make any changes during the pit stop. And just in front is the Squarius Greenhouse Jr. Kind of a veteran-led race of attrition so far here at Nashville Superspeedway. Kind of the type of racing that drivers, team owners really wanted to see. We saw last year at Texas kind of a similar situation, but this year at Nashville, preparing the drivers more for a track like Homestead, where you will see similar style racing, a little bit cleaner than Texas, as Lamar has slid back to about 8th or 9th place. Logan Williams working his way to the front, and Reed Simpson trying to make his way on outside of the 13. He's going to get it done. someone we really haven't talked about much all day. It's the 48 of Matthew Fastnot, the third Mudfish Motorsports driver. We have the team owner, Stroky Banger, who's led some laps. Santiago Nicolas has won 2 of the 3 super speedway races this season and almost had a third, which is hilarious. I mean, it was completely possible that the 83 was going to win last week if it wasn't for him getting shuffled out by everybody else in the field saying we don't want to work with Santiago Nicolas. But the 83 is firmly trying to place himself into this championship hunt. I mean, if he wins here at an intermediate track, that would all but do it. Looking for a good points day. 52 is sliding backwards now. Currently in 18th place. He was up front, or at the very least, closer to the front than we did anticipate. Sitting in 18th place. It's very strange how he's not having the speed that he's really seen so far earlier in the season. Although 0 wins to his credit, he has had a fair share of top 5s and top 10s this year. Marnell looking to work his way around Ian McDaniel, although I feel like he does not have much of a worry yet. The 41 of Ricardo Garcia is going to stay out of the way of the lead cars as a lapped car. This is not the year that Ricardo Garcia has wanted, nor has Lamar Race Shops. I guess it's a good thing that their team owner is leading the point standings right now, so I guess there's a little bit to be happy about on the Lamar camp, but as opposed to the Lamar Race Shop side of things, not the greatest. A few small wins this season have been able to take away, but the 47, 33, 13, these guys hanging on the back end of the top 12, trying to get these valuable points. Here's the 27 of Richard Fridge, has made positive strides this season. He got a win in Season 2. His move to DAF Racing hasn't gone particularly as planned as Dominic Anthony and Richard Fridge have liked. However, 27 has done quite well. Got a win at Armour Digital last season, but no real big wins or big moves from the 27 as they've liked. However, DAF Racing looking towards Season 5. We've expressed a lot of positivity for the camp, that they've made a lot of good moves for next season. Jordan Madron working on the 51 of Michael Guthrie, 2 winless drivers this season, trying to work their way to the front. Aaron Fuco still leads around lap 34 of 75. Not much has happened on the happening front up front, but Jordan Madron with crew chief Adam Wall up on the box, they've made some good strategy calls this season and have had some really good runs for the single car organization, downshifting from 2 to 1 organization last season to this season, and they're looking to honestly keep making positive momentum, positive strides. As we mentioned earlier, running well in most every race this season that they haven't really wrecked in. There's the 4 of Reed Simpson, as we mentioned, winner at Darlington. Ian McDaniel trying to hunt down fellow Ford corporate teammate, but 2 distinct engine shops. Bones Motorsports has their own engine shop. Yuko and Astolfo Motorsports have their own engine shop, both with Roush Yates Motorsports in terms of who's producing the engines, but 54 and 6 camps, they kind of do it all themselves. The engines will come in the crate, they'll get to each individual shop, and they'll just do it all themselves. Let's take a listen to a little ASMR, a little flyby action of this car. side by side for about 5th place. It's the 47 and 13. Henry Guo is going to try and get it done around Garrett Lamar. 2 full season, 4-season veterans. Guo is going to be able to get the passing, going to work on the 4. Here's the 43 of Tyler Cook, but led laps early, but has not been able to do much since after falling back in the middle of the pack. There's the 80. Christian Visconti has made his way into the top 10 now. We're approaching pit stops, as I've heard on my scanner. I don't have John McKean, who seems to have all channels on lock whenever we have him up here in the booth, but I'm hearing on my scanner that we're going to see drivers come to pit road soon. I would have to imagine the next 2 to 3 laps. That would mean that we only get 1 more stop, maybe, I would say. Really depends on how long you can stretch that fuel, as the 54 was under fire from the 6 as they tried to lap Jerry Chen. Coming to lap 40 of 75, I'd have to imagine we're going to see pit stops in the next 2 for sure. Firing away into the corner. Here's Santiago Nicolas. He's working his way through the field, as I would say now is the opportune time to try and make something happen, try to get some track position. There's the 4. Reed Simpson blows his motor. That's an issue for Reed Simpson. It looks like that's an alternator or something of the nature. Man, terrible luck for the 4 of Reed Simpson. Not good. He was having such a good run up in the front half of the field. They're going to have to take their day to the garage. That really blows for the Toyota Gazoo Racing outfit at the number 4. Here comes the 4 and the 6 to pit road amongst others. We'll have to see who's coming along. 3rd place, Christopher Murnell stays out. It looks like the 54, the 6, they're going to bring the 84, the 51, the 17, the 13, a whole host of others. It looks like we're going to see practically like half the field, I would say. That's about a good 20 cars. We saw some drivers pit earlier, it looks like. So we'll see what these guys do on pit road. The 23 now, he's coming to pit road. It looks like he's going to bring the rest of the field. Everybody's going to come down pit road with him. So that's the 83, the 68, the 80, the 77, and the 3 amongst the rest of the field. 4 tires and fuel for the whole pack, and we're going to see Yuko wins it off pit road. The 51, the 6, the 13, the 17, that's your top 5 racing off pit road. Yuko, Guthrie, McDaniel, Lamar, Logan Williams, your top 5 from this host of cars. And we'll see who else is able to come out and come off. The 54 getting up to speed. He's got his teammate right there with him. McDaniel in 3rd from this group. We'll see the race off pit road. The 23 is going to comfortably win it. He was the only one of this front group. The 6th, Madron wins it for 2nd at least. Visconti right behind him, and we'll see. Here comes the 23. He'll get passed by the 54. We'll see where Marnell cycles out. Looks like he's going to get passed by the 51, I would have to say. Still getting up to speed. Guthrie's going to get there, but it looks like Marnell's going to cycle to 2nd place now, as long as the 51 doesn't get a big run or a big head of steam through the corners. It looks like the 51's the faster car, though. Here comes Guthrie to the inside. Looks like he's going to make the pass done. The 23 moves out of the way. Guthrie, you're going to try to hunt down the leader, I think. We'll see what this lap entails. Here's the 17. He cycled in between the 80 and the 68. There, and Michael Guthrie just set the fastest lap of the race on that lap. So the fastest car on the track is the 51 of Michael Guthrie here on lap 45 of 75. Here's a 3 and the 26. The 26 of Joe Kraus, after being involved in that early incident, has rebounded quite nicely. I would have to say, quite nicely indeed. As the 51 is all over the back bumper of Aris Yuko. I'm not sure what setup changes The 51 made, the 54 didn't, but the 51 box has really got it dialed in during this part of the racing action here. Here he comes on lap 46, coming to lap 47 to the inside. He goes into turn 1. There's going to be a lap car in the way. That's Ricardo Garcia. I think that's going to seal it for Guthrie. Guthrie to the lead here in Nashville, Tennessee. Guthrie leading here with just about a third of the race left to go at this 1.33 mile intermediate track. They call it Nashville Super Speedway. The original track proposal plans is going to be pretty big. They were going to have an oval, a small oval. They were going to have a dirt oval. They have a road course on the infield, a road course around the track. Unfortunately, those plans never came to fruition. What it could have been for Nashville Super Speedway, but we do have this phenomenal 1.33 intermediate oval that IndyCar, NASCAR, and LIMECAR all race at. Here's the 83 sitting in 13th place so far. Santiago Nicholas with kind of a quiet day so far as the field has kind of strung itself out. That means the 26 is in 12th after what was a great comeback drive. The 33 sitting there in 14th with 3 of Casgrala in 15th. There's a 68 Jordan Madrid as we keep referencing back to that blue 68 looks great. How about Christian Visconti? Started in 41st, has worked his way to 6th place, just knocking on the door of the top 5 as Lamar is knocking on the door of 4th place of Ian McDaniel. As we ring around the track once again, that's the 80. I mean, that has to be one of the more impressive drives that we've seen this season. We've seen a last to win. We've seen the 30th to win in 2 laps last week. But throughout the entirety of a race, driving your way through the field, especially at a track like this, and being ahead of the wreck when it did happen has been extremely impressive for Ian McDaniel, or for Christian Visconti, as Eris Yuko is looking to hawk down this 51, has a lap car of Kyle Mabey in the way. We talked last week, maybe just hasn't had the season that he's wanted, even with the win and even with the points lead for a little bit. That 32 car just has struggled ever since the midway point of the season. And being involved in the early incident definitely has not helped things so far here today. A little bit of a line here, the 13, the 80, 17, and 6 down the back straightaway they go. It looks like we have a yellow flag out on the track. So 51 is going to bring him around. Lap 54 of 75. Hearing word, it's debris on the racetrack as the caution flies for the second time today here at Nashville Super Speedway. Guthrie leads from Yuko. Marnell, as we'll see the whole field come down pit road here. Yep, whole field's gonna. We have a few drivers staying out actually. The 80 and the 83, Visconti and Nicholas, the 2 drivers staying out. Everybody else coming down pit road. They think they just need a splash of fuel. The 80 and the 83 are gambling to see if they can make it all the way. Everybody's going to take 4 tires and, well, most of the people are going to take 4 tires and fuel. Guthrie takes fuel only. Casgrala takes fuel only. Marnell takes 2 tires and fuel. The 68 takes 2. The 1 takes 2. The 54 takes 4. Lots of different strategy here coming down pit road. This could shake up the order massively. Visconti from Nicholas, Guthrie, Gralla, Marnell, your top 5. The 80 and the 83 are the drivers that have stayed out. No tires, no fuel. 51 took only fuel. 23 took only fuel. The 23 took 2 tires. The 54, first driver with 4 tires on his race car. We have a plethora of lapped cars underneath. We'll be restarting a lap 58 of 75. Usually what we have with these lap cars is that could bode trouble. Green flag is out. We're off and away. Looks like the lap cars are going to try to stay out of the way of these hard-charging leaders. I think they do. But the 83 of Santiago Nicolas is going to work his way to the lead here in the Cracker Barrel 400, working his way around Christian Visconti to the lead. Santiago Nicolas wants a part of this action. But here comes the 51 with no fuel saving on his mind or his radar. The 68 of, that is Jordan Madron, he took 2 tires. The 54 of Hugo took 4. Lots of shakeup in the running order as Guthrie takes the lead. The 68 has the tire advantage. The right side tires, the 54 takes 4 tires. He's going to try to get around this 83 here, but here comes the 68. Madrid puts the bumper to the back of the 51. We have a gaggle of cars back here. 3, 4 wide almost. It looks like we have a lap cars in the way. The 68 put the bumper to the back of the 51 through turns 3 and 4. Moves Guthrie out of the way, and he's going to cleanly get the pass done. With 15, 16 laps to go, down the back straightaway here at Nashville Superspeedway. Here comes Eris Yuko. He wants that lead back. Madron shuts the door on the 54. He wants his first win. Still plenty of time to go. Lap 61 to 75. As we've got spinners. Spinners in the back of the pack. Down the front straightaway. It looks like that's the 32 of Kyle Mabey in the 99. Oh, big contact for the 42. As Madron leads them back to the line, yellow has shaken things up once again. Here, the caution comes out. Let's take a look at it. The 32 gets spun by the 60, and hard as the wall goes Justin Haley, and then Cam Arrow just gets the worst of it. Oh, man. Another look at it here. The 99 of Justin Haley is going to come down pit road. The 32, the 42, and the 99, their days are done. As we'll see a restart. Single file, as we'll be restarting with 10 laps to go. The lapped cars have cycled their way to the back. It's Madron from Yuko, Marnell, Guthrie, and Nicholas, your top 5. Here, we'll be restarting lap 66 of what should be 75. Green flag is in the air. Madron leads them down. 75 laps, 66 completed, 10 laps to go here at Nashville Superspeedway, barring a green-white checkered. We've seen green-white checkers this season before, haven't seen one in a few races. Here comes Marnell looking to the inside. We stay single file from the front 3. Action all the way in the back. That's the 48 of Matthew Fastnot. He's working his way to the front, but it's Marnell working his way to the lead, trying to on Madron. 9 to go here at Nashville. Here comes Jordan Madron and Christopher Marnell. It's going to be Chris Marnell to the front at Nashville. Madron's going to slip back on that outside lane. The 43 and 51 are lurking in the back. That's the 80 and the 13. They're duking it out for about 9th and 10th place. Joe Kraus and the 53 or the 52, they're currently in 11th. Side by side for the lead again. It's Yuko trying to work his way and work his magic around. Yuko looking for his 3rd win of the season. He's going to get by and clear Christopher Marnell, who is looking also for his 3rd win of the season, his 1st win since the Coca-Cola 600, the 23 on the outside gets passed by Madron with a big head of steam. They're telling him, don't save, push to the end, 7 to go. The 68 and the 80. And the 83, or the 80 and the 83 took a big gamble, and they've fallen all the way back. They've really suffered after that pit stop gamble. Everybody up front seems to have enough fuel and enough tire to be able to compete. Madron is really hankering on the back bumper of Eris Yuko. 6 laps to go. Tyler Cook looking for his first win from 4th, trying to work his way through. It's the 47 right on the back bumper of the 13. These guys are on the outside of this top 10, trying to make something happen, trying to make something work. Side by side with Joe Kraus, who has worked his way to the front brilliantly. So has Braden Sigafus, who is inside this top 15. All over the back bumper is Jordan Madron of Eris Yuko. 5 to go here at Nashville. Pushes the 54 into the corner. I don't think that's going to affect him really that much, but the 54 is going to slide into turns 3 and 4. The 68 right on the back bumper isn't able to reach him, but here comes Michael Guthrie. We've seen the 68 play not a little bit dirty, but he's used his front bumper more oftentimes than not this season. I can't imagine this race is going to be anything different if he has even a glimmer of a chance at the win with 4 laps to go. You see the 27 and 17 working their way around some cars. So is the 47, the 83, and the 13. These guys battling for valuable championship spots and championship positions. Should be a good point today for the 13, but it's here up front, the 54 and the 51. These guys are competing for even a better mathematical chance of this championship to try and gain points on Garrett Lamar. The 51 gets by the 68, who seems to have used up his tires just a little bit too much. Coming to 2 laps to go. Here comes Tyler Cook from 4th, working on 3rd, but it's the 51 of Michael Guthrie looking for a win. He finished 2nd last week at Talladega, looking to turn that 2 into a 1 this weekend as 3rd and 4th place are side by side down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, white flag in the air. We got 1.3 miles left for Eris Yuko and Michael Guthrie to try and duke it out. The team owner looking for his 3rd win. That's Matthew Fastnot from 9th place. Blows his motor, he's down pit road, big problem. Oh, big wiggle from the 68 who blocks Marnell all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Lots of action happening in the back of the pack, but it's the 51 who seems to be just a little bit too far away to get to Eris Yuko, who wins his 3rd race of the year here at Nashville Superspeedway. Yuko is going to get his 3rd win of the season here at Nashville, and he's going to burn it down. This is a track that he's burnt it down at before in season 1 of LIMECAR. The 54 has planted himself into what should be the top group of this championship hunt, this championship battle. As Yuko, Guthrie, Cook, Madron, Marnell make up your top 5. Greenhouse is able to get it done in 6th place. You see Christian Visconti ending up 16th place, Santiago Nicolas 15th. Those are your drivers that gamble on pit strategy. They seem to fall back a little bit. I mean, that tire advantage and that fuel advantage must have done them in. They fell after that first little segment of will rotate on to the rest of it fast now with a motor expiring from 9th place. Man, that sucks for the 48 and 31st after a promising day. as the rest of the field is going to scroll on by here from Nashville. You see lots of drivers exiting the race after accidents. Haven't had that big of an accident-filled race in quite a while this season. So here are our point standings about to come up onto the screen. This should fulfill our contenders for the championship. Garrett Lamar, Desquarius Greenhouse Jr., Michael Guthrie, Santiago Nicholas, Christopher Manel, Eris Yuko, and Henry Guo all have a realistic and mathematical shot of winning the championship at Homestead Miami Speedway next week. Cook, Visconti, Gordoff, your top 10. McDaniel, Madron, all those guys made a valiant effort. But here are your championship contenders. Garrett Lamar, your current points leader, with a healthy lead over Desquarius Greenhouse Jr., although no lead is safe for now. He's got 3 wins on the season, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s. Desquarius Greenhouse Jr., no wins to his name, but 6 top 5s and 10 top 10s. This year has just been a great barometer of consistency and success. Guthrie with no wins as well, but also lots of phenomenal just consistency. Santiago Nicholas, 2 wins, both on super speedways, but he has been sneaky good, been racking up those top 15s. Not really 5 top 5s and 5 top 10s, but has been really good in the top 15 category. Christopher Manel, 2 wins on the year, slipped down to 5th place in the point standings, but I would have to imagine Homestead, one of his best tracks, he is going to no doubt put on a show. Eris Yuko with his win here, his 3rd win of the season, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s. And Henry Guo, no wins to his name, but 2 top 5s and 9 top 10s this season. We had 4 contenders for the championship last year, 7 of them this season. Just really goes to show you the parity in the points that we have. We have such a tight points battle from what looks like between 14th and 22nd. So it's just a phenomenal way to see that we just had such a good season, a great season for drivers that don't get a lot of credit, really, but we've had so much consistency from Alexander Rowe finishing 19th. Riley Gorse has had a good run to end his year. Kyle Maybe started the season off hot, is in 16th right now. Logan Williams was probably a favorite for the championship, has not done as much as he did last season, but still 11th in points. And then Tyler Cook, no wins to his name, but he's in 8th place right now. Aaron Giffen in 20th, Quentin Haley 21st, Strokey Banger in 12th. And we see the rest of the field scrolling on through here in the points. A lot of guys. Some seasons that could have been, some seasons that just haven't been as great, but still good runs nonetheless for all of these guys out here. Let the points scroll on through, and it all comes down to Homestead. All of these guys will be fighting for points and for spots in the championship, or spots in the final championship standings. But those 7 drivers will be competing for their shot at LIMECAR glory. Can anybody unseat last year's champion, Christopher Manel? I mean, he's in 5th place in the standings right now, but I would have to say if anybody can do it from there, it would be him or his teammate, Garrett Lamar. Could it be the Astolfo Motorsports cars? They have 3 title contending cars that could do it. Santiago Nicholas, can he claim that he is not a super speedway merchant and get the championship done? Or could it be Henry Guo from 7th? We will all find out next week at Homestead. We'll see you guys all then.